Hey, it's Steve Crawford here from Experience Wealth, obviously. It was great to chat to you in our Zoom call. And thanks again for wanting to get a little bit of help or just find out a little bit more around what exactly it is that we do and how we might be able to help you. So what I wanted to do, as promised, is just send you a really quick video that explains what our money management program is, how money coaching works, exactly how we help and what it costs. Because at the end of the day, we're here to help you make smarter, more confident decisions with your money by basically tailoring our three-part money management program around you, your lifestyle, and your money goals. And at the end, then we want to try and help you get the most out of the program by working with you as a money coach. As always, and you would have picked that up in our discussion as well, if you've got any questions at all, please feel free to ask. And it's really important to point out that at this stage, the information we're providing in the presentation, it's just of a general nature only, and we haven't taken into account any of your objectives, your financial situation, or your needs. And because of this, you should consider whether what we're going to cover off in this presentation or the information in this presentation is appropriate, basically based on where you're at right now. All right, enough of the legal stuff. Let's talk about you and what you want to achieve, which is all your lifestyle and your financial goals. And for us, that's what we've been doing with our clients for the last 10 years at Experience Wealth, is helping them walk that journey towards financial independence, or if they're already there or close to getting there, how do they stay there for as long as possible? So in our opinion, there's three things that are going to drive your ability to be financially independent in the future and have those little points of mini independence along the way. And financial independence to us means choice. Having choices over what you do with your money, as opposed to being forced to just, use it to live and get by. So the three things that drive that independence, again, in our opinion, they're not equally weighted, and they do play all of them play important roles, but they play different roles. So for us, especially when you're a little bit younger, or like our age or our average client age, which is in their 30s, or you're starting out in your 20s or 30s, even if you're in your 40s or 50s, it just makes sense that the better you manage your money, the more you're going to have available to put towards strategies around, achieving your lifestyle goals and your financial goals. So for us, that's why we've developed and we put so much effort into the money management program here at Experience Wealth. It's designed to help us and you, our clients, or hopefully our clients, use real numbers in real time. Because that's going to enable you to make smarter, more confident decisions with your money. And that bit's delivered exclusively by us. We think that equates to about 50% of the battle. Now, obviously, we don't have any sort of crystal ball that says this is exactly how it's going to work, but it's a fairly simple set of logic. If you earn $100 every month and you spend $100 every month, then you got nothing to set aside towards those future lifestyle and financial goals. So clearly, having a fantastic money management program is going to give you more choices and more options by giving you savings at the end of every month, every quarter, and every year. From there, it's about making the right choices towards the strategies of how you're going to allocate your savings, both towards those lifestyle goals and any of your financial goals as well. And here, this is where we work with our financial planning partners, ID Accounting and Wealth Solutions, who are our fantastic financial advice specialists. So some of your goals that you want to achieve might be achieved, really simply by putting savings in the bank. Some of them might require you to use what's called a financial product, which is superannuation products or investment products or insurance products or retirement products. And so where those strategies take you, or where that goal takes you to a place where you need financial advice, our suggestion is you work with a fantastic crew down at ID Wealth Solutions, and that enables us to sit side by side with them and you, working together towards those goals that you've got. Because the right decisions around how you're going to allocate your savings towards both your lifestyle goals and your financial goals is going to give you, in our opinion, another 40%. So that 90% of the battle is won and lost by how well you earn money each month, spend money each month, have money left over each month, and then how you make decisions around how you're going to allocate those savings up. The last bit's still really important, and again, this is where the ID Wealth team take over on the financial products side. So any sort of your insurance products, your retirement products, your super products, your investment products, they're the experts in that space. And when it comes to banking and lending products, Brett in our team, our mortgage broker, is going to help you out there. So that's how we're going to help you achieve that point of financial independence. And that's how we work together with our fantastic financial planning or financial advice partners in ID Wealth Solutions. Let's talk a little bit now about the actual money management program and what it is that we do specifically. So there's three parts to this, three cornerstones, and I'm going to go through those in a little bit more detail in a second. But basically, there's a few pieces to the puzzle that sit outside of your budget, your banking, and your reporting, which are the three cornerstones of that money management program. And that's the role that we play as a coach, having a money tracking system we use at the moment, and we prefer Xero Cashbook, all at our cost, obviously. And this gives you an online secure solution that enables us to give you real numbers in real time. And this is critical. Real numbers in real time is the oxygen that fuels your money management program. Without it, it's starved of information, and it's starved of the oxygen that comes with that information, and you can't make those real decisions in real time. So that's a really important piece. And then obviously banking partners, because your money lives inside your bank accounts. You've got to have a fantastic banking solution, and that's not just what the interest rate is. It's, are your bank accounts set up in a way, and does your banking partner make it really easy for you to be able to see what is spendable dollars and what's not spendable dollars, and then how do you actually spend it? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that as well. We put our money where our mouth is, and in our instance, that is our results. Because every single one of our clients tracks every dollar and cent that they spend, we're able to actually report that data, obviously back to them, but also back to all of our other clients. And we do it in a way where obviously it's anonymous. We don't share any individual client results, but we group our clients together in a couple of different peer groups: singles, couples, and families. And what you're looking at here is the aggregate. So this is the average experience wealth client in the orange columns versus the average Aussie. And so you can see there clearly the average experience wealth client over the last 5 financial years has saved a fairly decent proportion of their income, and especially when you compare that against what the average Aussie saves. And there's 3 reasons why they've done that. 1, they know what their reason to save is in the first place, and either they came to us with a really solid goal that they wanted to work towards, a really solid savings goal, or through our goal planning process, we help them find the goal or the goals that they wanted to save money for. That gave them the power, the impetus, the drive to set a decent budget, to have a really good banking structure, to look at their feedback, their reporting, and try and hit those savings targets each month. So that's the first thing. They had a goal. The second thing, as I've sort of just alluded to, is the money management program, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. And we like to think the third thing that's driven those results is having a money coach that's impartial. At the end of the day, it's your money, it's not ours, but we're here to help you get the most out of the program to hit the savings targets that you've set for yourself to achieve the goals that you want to achieve and have a better life. So what goes into a money management program? Well, as I said already, there's 3 components: your budget, your banking structure, and the reporting, which is the feedback loop that you get from the software and from us to tell you how you're tracking towards your targets. But you've got to kick off with a budget, right? And so what you can see here is just one example of what we call the budget planner. And this is one where a client of ours was doing a comparison. It's a new client, and she's working out how much can she afford to spend on a property and still have enough savings left over at the end of every month to pay her home loan off in a 20-year time frame instead of a 30-year time frame. Now, we haven't told her to do that. That's what her goal was. I mean, our job is to help her work out whether or not it's reasonable, whether or not it's realistic that she can actually do that. Now, this is just one of hundreds of examples of how we show you what your budget looks like relative to the goals that you want to achieve, but more importantly, relative to, or equally as important, towards your, compared against your peer group. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And a lot of our new clients in particular, some of them have never set a budget before, so they don't know what's realistic. They don't know what's reasonable. And by being able to compare against our average client in your peer group, it gives you another point of reference, another way that you can stress test the budget to go, you know what, is this realistic, or have we been a little bit too conservative or a little bit too aggressive? And you're going to move through stages especially over the first 12 months of your budget. You're going to go through the first stage that everybody has to go through, which is acceptance, that money and budgets are a good thing, not an evil thing. And without one, you'll never know how well you're going at managing your money. At the end of the day, you will set your targets for your budget, not us. Our job is to tell you whether or not it's realistic and help you stay accountable to the budgets that you set for yourself and give you some comparisons along the way. Second stage is into awareness, and that's where you figure out what it costs to be you. So typically over a 3-month period, by the end of the first 3 months, you've got a good understanding of what it costs to be you, both from a living expense point of view and from a lifestyle spending point of view, and then also from a savings, what you can realistically achieve. Phase 3 is improvement, and that's where you're starting to narrow down the difference between what you said you wanted to spend and save and what you do spend and save. And this is the really important stage, because when you get to this point, you stop sort of micromanaging the budget so much, and you just feel like the program is representative of your normal flow of how you work with your money. And that leads to stage 4, which is where everybody wants to get to, which is consistent performance. Now, sure, you're not going to save exactly the same amount every month, but what you might find is over a rolling 3-month period, every quarter or on average, you're hitting your spending targets. Your cost of living, you know what that is, and that's consistent, and therefore you're hitting your savings targets. And that's where we want you to get to from a budgeting point of view. The flip side of any good budget is the feedback on your actuals, and this is your results. And this is critical. There's no point having a budget without actually seeing how you're going towards that budget. And this is where, through using our money tracker tool, Xero, it enables us to give you, as we said, real numbers in real time. And the way we do that is in different stages. So we want to give you the information that you need and some insights around that at the time that you need it. So we do that weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And at the end, I'll talk about our money coaching packages or options for you to choose which one suits you best. So weekly, what you want to try and get is a little mini spending update. Realistically, on average, in our clients, they have about 30 to 40 things they allocate a budget to each month. Out of those 30 to 40 areas, they're realistically only going to overspend on 4, maybe 5 tops. So on a weekly basis, all we're doing is just helping them stick to that budget by heightening the visibility around those 4 or 5 areas. And that's giving them a little mini spending snapshot, a month to date budget versus actual. This is what your budget is this month. This is what you've spent so far. We send that to you every Friday. There is a reason we send it to you every Friday. Most spending happens on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So obviously we're going to send it to you when we think you need it most. On a monthly basis, you're going to get a standard report pack that comes through and shows how you went from an income and expenses point of view, so your trend, current month and the 3 preceding months once you get to that stage that you've got enough data for that, and a budget versus actual report that's going to show how you went for the month and how you're tracking year to date. Quarterly is where you need a little bit more information. So on a quarterly basis, again, we're showing you those trends, but we're pulling the lens back even further. We're showing you how you're going on your year-to-date results, and importantly, we're bringing in a peer group comparison again at this stage, just so you can see how you're going compared to your peer group or your running buddies. And the way we deliver that is either via a video or in a live meeting in person or via a Zoom call. And again, that choice is up to you. On a yearly basis, then, we're helping you use your previous 12 months results to reset your budget for the next 12 months, and then we rinse and repeat and off we go again. So obviously your budget is a promise, right? This is what you say you want to do or what you want your money to look like, and your reporting is your feedback on how that promise is going. And hopefully everything's going fantastic, but the reality is if you get your banking structure set up really well, you will have a greater chance of achieving your spending and savings goals. And if you ignore your banking structure and you don't have a deliberate way of setting it up, then you're sort of spending blindly, and sometimes your reports are just a bit of a nightmare. So what we want to do is make sure you've got a really good banking setup, one that's been deliberately created to help you hit those spending and savings targets. And for each of our clients, it's about making sure we get the right mix of spending accounts, storage accounts, and savings accounts. Now, I'm not talking about a savings account like the actual product savings account. I'm talking about an account that you put your savings into. So that could be either a principal account, an emergency fund, maternity leave, renovation fund, home loan, a new home account. You can see the list goes on there. Storage accounts are sort of your hybrid buckets, because that's where you park money until it's due to be spent later in the year. Now, if we're being technical, it would be your non-monthly spending account. Great example is holiday accounts or anything else that you spend where you really only spend money for that category, that budgeted item, on a bi-monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly basis. And then spending accounts is obviously things like a bills and expenses account, personal spending account for you individually or for yourself and your partner, entertainment accounts, food accounts, and then it's about making sure you use credit cards where they're good, not evil, and then same with debit cards. Getting a really good balance here helps you know exactly what you've got, what are spendable dollars and what's not. And you can see it on your mobile phone banking app straight away. And the flow through of that is you're going to have money left over. And one thing that you might want to do, like 99.9% of our clients who have a home, is pay the home loan off faster than what the bank wants them to pay it off. So what we'll do, and what in particular when I say we, Brett, our authorized credit representative, aka mortgage broker, aka banking and lending wizard, what he's going to do is our mortgage coach. He is going to help you with myself get a really balanced budget and show you what happens or what you need to do if you want to pay your home loan off faster than the time frame that the bank's set for you. And that goes way beyond the interest rate, right? It's about unlocking the features that are available in your loans to allow you to use your money to reduce your interest cost on a regular basis. And then most importantly, surprise, surprise, it's about hitting that savings target and working out what you need to have as extra savings to get there as well. So I've been going for a little while here, and hopefully what you've got a sense of is that we know this stuff inside and out. There's a reason why we've stopped being financial planners and financial advisors, and why we're now working with the fantastic team down at Illingworth David. And that's because we are absolute experts and we're passionate about money coaching and money management. So what I want to do now is just show you what it costs to get some help from us to do just that, manage your money and get some money coaching. So we've obviously had that initial Zoom call, and there's no cost, as we said, right from the outset. And at this stage, if you decide to do nothing else with us, we hope the time that we've spent together has been valuable for you. And you might decide at this stage that, you know what, look, we're not in a position, or we're not actually ready, or we just don't want anything other than mortgage broking help from you. So can you please get Brett to reach out and actually help us out there? And that's fantastic. We're more than happy to do that if that's what you want to do. You may also decide at this stage that, we actually thought we were talking to financial planners. We want our insurance sorted, or our super sorted, or we want some investments. In which case, again, fantastic. We'll gladly provide a detailed referral through to our financial advice partners down at ID Accounting and Wealth Solutions. And those guys will send their fee schedule through to you after we've reached out to them. But you might decide that at this stage what you want to do is actually keep going with us. So the way that we kick off with every single one of our new clients, and this is mandatory, is we want to do a goal planning session with you. We want to help you map out your goals. So the way we're going to do that is by, as I said, booking that goal planning session. either in the office or online, and there's a $220 one-time cost for that, and I'll show you the details of that in a second. At that stage, after the goal planning session, you might just go, yeah, okay, look, we don't want to do anything with our goals right now, but we just want mortgage broking help, and that's fine. We'll refer you. I'll get Brett to give you a call, and he'll help you out again. Or you might decide, no, look, still definitely just want financial planning or financial advice. Send me down to the ID Accounting and Wealth Solutions team, Emma and Paul down there. Or you might go, okay, look, we've mapped out our goals, and we know that some of those goals are going to require us to have hit savings each month, and we want some help with our money and mortgage management plan. So we'll get that set up, and it's a one-time only cost, and I'll show you what you get for that fee. And at that stage, then you can either again work with us in the mortgage broking space, or you might have a more detailed goal that you need to develop an action plan for. And I'll show you what happens in those as well. That's to get you set up, and on an ongoing basis, you've got options as well, and we'd love to help. Now, help may be something as simple as just us setting you up to be able to do it by yourself. And that could come with either no cost or a really low cost, which I'll show you in a second. But obviously, you've decided that you just want to rock solo. Or you want to get more help from us in the form of money coaching, and that comes at either $110 or $220 per month. So what happens in the goal planning session? Look, I'm not going to read it out word for word, and I've already explained it in a little bit of detail, but basically, in a nutshell, it's an exercise in helping you set your goals. Most of the people that talk to us are in an okay or good financial position. Some aren't, and they need a little bit more help, but most of them are okay. And they haven't put a plan in place to get to their goals, partly because they don't know what to do, but partly because they haven't had a process to decide what they actually want to do. So that's why we're going to start with this, help you work out what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, the goals that you set here will drive the savings target that you need, which will therefore, influence what your budget looks like, your banking structure, what your reporting looks like, everything else. So it's critical that we do this bit first with you. At the end of that, you'll be ready for getting more setup help. So developing your money and mortgage management plan. And so here, $995 one-time fee. So we'll set up your budget with you line by line. You will know exactly what your living expenses cost, when they're due, and how you're going to pay for them. Your lifestyle spending budget. You will know what is decent for you compared to your peer group. Decent enough that you feel like you still have a life, but not so decent that you have no savings left over at the end of every month, which flows into your savings plan. We will personalize your weekly, monthly, and quarterly report packs that are going to come out to you. We'll review your current banking structure, and we'll show you what we call our ideal banking structure that we've created that works with multiple lenders and multiple banks to enable you to hit your spending and savings targets. And that's going to include a mix of spending, storage, savings accounts, when to use credit cards, and when to use debit cards. We're going to create your own money tracker account in Xero, and we'll give you a demo on how it works and how to use it and what your job is to keep things on track, which is as little as 5 minutes per week, and it can be done from your phone or from your laptop or even your iPad. And Brett's going to throw in a personal lending assessment and borrowing power market comparison there as well. And anybody that signs up with us with a money and mortgage management plan, we're going to include a debt reduction plan at no extra cost in there. The money goals. The things we can help with are the goals that don't require you to use a financial product, so an investment product, or an insurance product, or a super product, or a retirement product. So really, it's just your savings here. So this is around, how much can you afford to spend on a property, or how much can you really afford to spend on a property or a renovation? How much do you need if you want to take time off for maternity leave or returning to work? We'll help you work that out. What it looks like both before you have kids and after you've had kids, or if you're expanding your family, what happens when you go from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, which sort of ties into the next one as well, which is, what's it cost for childcare or school fees, and can we afford to do that? Taking into consideration things like government rebates. So the money goals action plans, it's just $500 per goal. So if you've got a couple of kids you want to send to school, we're not going to charge you $500 each. It's $500 in total to work out what all of your school costs are. If you want to work out your maternity leave and your return to work plan, $500. If you want to renovate the property, $500. And that's the cost for that. On an ongoing basis, we would love to help you. And obviously our coaching packs is where we think we can help you most. But if you decide you just want to do it yourself, but you actually want access to our program in our software, being Xero, or the software that we use, being Xero, we don't own Xero. It's a publicly listed company, but we'll set it up for you. And then you just pay an access fee of $33 per month, but you are responsible for doing all the work. And anytime you break something and you need us to fix it, we're going to charge that in 30-minute blocks. The other two options are where 99% of our clients sit. They either get help with a video money coach or a personal coach. And the difference between the two, apart from cost, is pretty simple. And you can read all the inclusions there. You don't need me to read them out to you. But let me tell you about the difference between the type of person or the type of people that choose a video money coach and those that choose a personal money coach. The video money coach is great for someone or a couple that don't necessarily know exactly what goal they want to achieve yet, but they know they just want to save more money. And so that's really good here, because you're getting us still giving you feedback, but you're not really needing a two-way conversation. You don't need to check in with us and say, okay, so what happens if we want to do this? What if we want to do that? You just know that you need somebody, a system and a program and a coach that's going to help give you accountability to hit those savings results. And then you just pay for what you need over and above that. Your personal money coach is where the majority of our clients are, and then partly because it's the best value for them, but partly because it's where they're at. They get everything that's included in the video money coach pack plus time in quarterly progress meetings, either in the office or online. Unlimited what-if discussions around their money plan and any changes to the budget or changes to the reporting structures or changes to their banking structures. Unlimited changes in their software. Every time that something new pops up, we'll update it automatically for them. And their yearly money management plan is included as well. So guys, there you go. I know it's a very long video, and if you have gotten to the end and you watch the whole thing, that is fantastic. From here, we would love to help you. So if you have any questions at all, let us know. Otherwise, there'll be a link in the email to book your goal planning session, or to get Brett to reach out to you for mortgage broking, or for us to do a referral through to the fantastic team at ID Wealth Solutions, our financial advice partners. Thank you so much for taking the time out to reach out and ask for a little bit of help, or just to find out how we could help. And we really hope to speak to you soon. Bye for now.